Hi, Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Nurziehan Baharuddin from College of Creative Arts, Universiti Teknologi Mara, UiTM. Today, I would like to present a paper titled Analyzing Different Visual Art Style in the Puss in Boots Animated Film 2011 and 2022. This research paper explores the different visual art style in the Puss in Boots animated film. The study focuses on the core elements of 2.5D animation, particularly its strategic integration of 2D elements within a 3D space. Through detailed analysis, the research aims to demonstrate how 2.5D animation enhances visual aesthetic by comparing the visual elements of 3D and 2.5D animation. Additionally, the paper discussed the advantages of the 2.5D approach, highlighting its potential to deliver an immersive and visually engaging experience for audience. In conclusion, this study provides insight into the creative and expressive dimension of 2.5D animation using a specific cinematic example. This research aims to explore the different visual art styles in Puss in Boots animated film 2011 and 2022. DreamWorks animation Puss in Boots: The Last Wish 2022 have harnessed the power of 2.5D animation, exploring the style's unique narrative possibilities. This film have effectively demonstrated how 2.5D technique can breathe life into characters, enriching their stories with a visual depth that captivates audience young and old. As the animation industry continues to evolve, the 2.5D style stands at the forefront, promising a future where the boundaries of imagination and animation seamlessly blend, opening doors to endless creative possibilities. The Puss in Boots 2011 animated film, a spin-off of the famous Shrek franchise, is characterized by its use of 3D animation, adhering to the hyper-realistic CGI style that DreamWorks Animation was renowned for at the time. The visual aesthetic of the 2011 film were grounded in the detailed and lifelike rendering of characters, environments, and movement, which align with industry trend towards creating immersive worlds through photorealistic animation. This approach emphasizes realistic textures, lighting, and depth, aiming to create a visually engaging experience that mirrored the natural world as closely as possible. 3D animation is renowned for its capacity to create a hyper-realistic experience, significantly enhancing the believability of narratives using stereoscopic effect and high-resolution visuals. However, the effectiveness of hyper-realistic characters in conveying believability can vary, as more human-like characters sometimes fall into the uncanny valley, where slight imperfection in their realism led to discomfort among viewers. According to Taylor Slattery 2023, art style is a crucial component as seen in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where stylized illustrative approach is used to evoke the appearance of comic books or painting, blending 2D and 3D elements to craft a unique visual style. Color plays a significant role, particularly in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where the use of half-tone and misaligned colors reminiscent of comic book printing techniques enhance the film's visual appeal. Movement is uniquely addressed in both Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where the use of smear frames, a technique not commonly used in modern 3D animation, adds a distinctive and dynamic quality to the animation. According to Len Wallace 2022, the character models and objects in the animation are crafted using the traditional 3D technique with texture artists applying stylized paint stroke style to match the environment aesthetic, creating a visually unique flair. This method enhances the visual appeal of character and object, while the environment features a well-defined painted look that expertly integrates 2D and 3D elements into cohesive 3D space. Space is also pivotal as demonstrated in Arcane, where environments, although primarily 2D, are arranged within a 3D space, effectively combining these elements to produce a visually rich experience. The objectives of these studies are to identify the elements of 2.5D in animated films, to compare the difference between 2.5D and 3D realism animation in Puss in Boots films, to establish the advantages of the 2.5D animation style. The research endeavor aims to delineate the distinction in visual art style between the animated film Puss in Boots from 2011 and Puss in Boots The Last Wish from 2022. This investigation delves into the creation of 2.5D element thoroughly compares to 2.5D and 3D realism approach and meticulously analyze the respective advantages and disadvantages inherent in these artistic choices. In addition, to explore the difference in visual art style in Puss in Boots animated film from 2011 and 2022, this research adopt a qualitative approach. The study uses content analysis to uncover the animation style's details and emphasizing the visual element's subjective interpretation. This approach allows for a deeper understanding of creative choices made in the producing this film, providing insight into the qualitative aspect that contribute to the overall aesthetic experience for the audience. From the literature review by Taylor Slattery 2023 and Lane Wallace 2022, there are five elements that is essential in 2.5D animation, which are art style, color, movement, texture, and space. Based on the elements, researchers analyze and compare the characteristics of 2D and 2.5D animation. Result and finding. Based on the art style of Puss in Boots 2011, it aims to mimic the real world with lifelike characters, environments, and lighting. It involves detailed texture, accurate reflection, and realistic shading to create an authentic look. While in Puss in Boots The Last Wish 2002 focuses on creating a stylized, artistic, or cartoonish appearance, employing unconventional shading, simplified textures, and exaggerated features to achieve more illustrative or hand-drawn look. 2.5D animation embraces a more stylized and illustrative approach by intentionally distancing itself from hyperrealism. It avoids the pitfall of the uncanny valley associated with the creating lifelike human characters. The deliberately hand-drawn feel, artistic effect, and unique visual styles of 2.5D animation allow creators to express creativity without encountering discomfort when striving for hyperrealism. As for the color and space, Puss in Boots 2011 complex shading models realistic lighting simulate how light interacts with surface, often involve techniques like global illumination, ambient occlusion, and ray tracing to achieve natural lighting effects. While in Puss in Boots 2022 simplified a flat shading technique rendered with distinct uniform colored area resembling the style of traditional 2D cartoons. In 2.5D, creators can use bold color, dynamic contrast, and imaginative effect to manipulate lighting for stylistic purpose. Unlike the constraining of realistic lighting, 2.5D lighting contributes to the unique visual identity of animated world, adding vibrancy and depth while avoiding the limitation and potential visual dullness associated with a hyper-realistic approach. High-resolution textures and detail model to achieve realistic appearance were used in 2011 Puss in Boots. Details in characters and objective environment can be seen through the texture, while the Puss in Boots 2022 stylized approach to texture are hand-drawn or painted element to achieve more artistic or patternly look. By embracing imperfection and intentionally crafted texture, 2.5D animation introduced a unique visual flair, fostering a sense of creativity and charm. This departure from strict realism provides animator greater freedom for creative expression, fostering a distinct visual identity that goes beyond mere replication of reality, ultimately enhancing the overall appeal and artistic richness of animated content. Finally, for the Puss in Boots 2011, the movement that being used is a motion capture for realistic character movement and natural, a lifelike motion paying attention to details like weight and momentum. Comparing to the 2022 Puss in Boots offer flexibility for exaggeration and distortion in movement, character animation may be more expressive and cartoonish, allowing for a broader range of motion and style. While realism animation relies on mocap for natural and lifelike motion, 2.5D embraces a stylized and exaggerated approach. The use of smear allows for dynamic and visually engaging movement, enhancing the expressiveness of character. Finally, for the conclusion, 2.5D animation approach emerged as a powerful and advantageous technique in the world of animated storytelling. By departing from the constraint of hyper-realistic CGI, 2.5D animation allow creators to forge a unique visual identity that captivates audience in a way that realism may fall short. The deliberate use of a stylized and illustrative approach with hand-drawn or painted texture not only sidestep the challenges associated with a, achieving hyperrealism but also introduce the level of creativity and charm that enhance the overall aesthetic. The freedom to manipulate lighting for artistic expression, the incorporation of smear animation for more expressive and cartoonish movement, and the intentional embrace of imperfection in character design contribute to a visually dynamic and emotionally resonant viewing experience. That's all for my presentation today. Thank you very much. And Assalamualaikum.